This is a video that is going to explain 3 Easter eggs, sort of 4, whatever. Some Easter eggs in Relics of Hyrule. There are a lot of Easter eggs and sort of inside references, but these are sort of isolated in a sense. Start with the source of most Easter eggs are the Gossip Stones. And the original Gossip Stone is in Talking Stone Camp. There's Gossip Stones pretty much in every dungeon that I made for Relics of Hyrule, and I think in every secret grotto there's one. Talking Stone Camp, that's near Rorikstead. I sort of explained how to find this Gossip Stone in the Terminian Forge video. I'm just sort of circling looking for it. Oh, there it is. So yeah, if you're not... if you're wearing the Mask of Truth, which I am, if you're wearing the Mask of Truth, it'll give you hints. But if you're not, it won't. That's basically the Mask of Truth. There is a Mask of Truth video. And I'm seeing if I can get it, but there's over 118 different hints. Probably not going to be able to get it. But basically it has a lot of lore that they explain. But once in a great while, you will get a joke from here. One is I am error, and then the other is oh, what was it? A reference to there it was. I'll put that Still Store. Put that up on Still Store, Cambot. I'll put that on Still Store. That's one of them. And there's the other one. Perfect. So this one is a reference to Game Grumps. There's a Game Grumps animated of when they played Wind Waker HD, and it's this sort of the floor master saying, "Yeah, come over, we just want to be friends." And you are so full of beans. I don't want you to put your fingers on me. So I had to reference that because I would love to put floor masters in the mod, but I just can't. I mean, they're walking hands. That's impossible for Skyrim. So I put this reference in. And I also put in I am error, which I'll put up on Still Store right now. And I am error is a reference to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. You can go into a room and there's a guy there. I haven't played Zelda 2, so I wouldn't know, but it's sort of well known. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I will definitely add more of these sort of joke entries to the Gossip Stones. Just as, you know, but there's a lot. The Gossip Stones are great because there's lots of room for lore, and little hints. So definitely, I'm very proud of how the Gossip Stones are now, and I'm very proud that I figured out how to get the Mask of Truth to work. So that's that. Second order of business. Anagrams. Virtually every name that I make in Relics of Hyrule is an anagram. For those of you who don't know what an anagram is letters that are rearranged. So I think there's a book, and the author is Noka Tay, and this Noka Tay is going to be a recurring author of these tomes. Noka Tay is an anagram, which I will reveal at the end of the video. So, Nokate, look at that name and see if you can figure out what the anagram is. It's pretty short, but, and sort of simple. Next order of business. See if I can find it. Okay, Morwidajal. Morwidajal is an anagram. I'll put it up on screen and sort of rearrange the letters to show you that it is an anagram and not making it up. I actually, for all of these names, I took the original thing and anagrammed it into something that sounds like a ancient Nord or Dwemer name. So Morwidajal... My cat just knocked over my microphone. Morwidajal is a anagram of Majora and Twilight. Put those together, rearrange the letters, and you get Morwidajal. Kino Langdonzel, the other ruin in Skyrim. I will trail to that right now. Now then, Kino Langdonzel. Kino Langdonzel, there's that. That's an anagram of Link Zelda Ganon. So, there's how they rearrange. Link Zelda Ganon. The others are in Solstheim, or on Solstheim. One is Itnumzand. So, Itnumzand is an anagram of Midna and Zant. Midna, Zant. And that's how that works. There's a fourth dungeon that was recently added. And this is Vitrianav. And Vitrianav it's sort of a Nord dungeon, and it's an anagram of Vati and Varen. Vati is the villain of Four Swords. Varen, I remember, is or Viran, or whatever you pronounce her name. She is the villain of Oracle of Ages and Seasons. But yeah, Vitrianav, and Vitrianav is it's a secret grotto in that it's very short, it's very small. I'll make a video on Vitrianav soon enough, but it has something in it that's kind of important. So that's that. Those are the anagrams. I might as well tell you what the anagram of Nakote or Tinuk Nokate. Nokate is an anagram of Keaton. Keaton, I'll talk more about the Keatons, but a long time ago I said that I would not add any new races to Relics of Hyrule because, one, I don't believe in custom races for Skyrim. I think 10 is plenty. I don't think you need to do that, and my belief is that you should not add Hylians to Skyrim. Relics of Hyrule is, the name says it all, it's relics. So, the remnants of Hyrule, what's left. The idea is, and I keep saying this over and over, the idea is Hyrule is dead and Skyrim grew from the ashes. So, Hylians, Gerudo, they do not fit in the mod living. There are Hylian ghosts, but there is... I don't want to give it away. I probably already gave it away by just talking about it. I'm not adding any new races. That's not to say that I don't add references to old things, things from Zelda like that. Like, there's the Hylian ghosts. Okay, one Easter egg is in Lost Echo Cave. It's near the Orphan's Tear. It's near Northwatch Keep. You can watch the Sacred Shield video for more on that. It's near Dragon Bridge. So here's where Lost Echo Cave is. The Sacred Shield is in here, but there's also something else. So you enter Lost Echo Cave, and one of the first things you come across will be this guy. He's added by Relics of Hyrule. This torch is not always here. He's dead, and next to him is a journal, and the journal says, "That blasted Dunmer, he told me here was a magnificent treasure in this place, but all I found was this broken wand. I can feel a tingle when I touch it, but what is that? Well, what use is that when I'm facing down a Falmer? Nothing short of poetry. Gods, this thing's heavy, too. It swings like a sword 10 times its size. What in oblivion happened to this wand? Even if I swatted at the air, I imagine my enemies would hit me first. It could scarcely be used to scrape dung off a wall. Maybe it was useful at some point, but by Mehrunes Dagon's ass hairs, it has not aged well. So somehow I doubt it ever worked properly. I want to get out of this cave, but the Falmer keep coming." That may sound familiar to you, because that is pretty much every line of that is a reference to the Angry Video Game Nerd's review of the Wand of Gamilon. I put the Wand of Gamilon in Relics of Hyrule. It is weak. It is a joke. It does terrible damage. I mean, for example, here's a glass greatsword. Dragon hunting bow. It does half the damage from a hunting bow. It is weak. And it does 1 point of magicka damage. You can destroy it and get the magicka damage enchantment from it, but I had to give it a crappy enchantment like that. It's a dagger, it's a shiv. And look at that, it swings like it's like a sword. And it's a dagger. And it's just awful. And that's the point. There's also an amethyst if you like amethysts. But it's just like, this is meant to be... Like, look at that. It's not even doing anything to us. It does practically no damage at all. Okay, it's doing a little to him, but, like, it was barely denting Ilia's health. That's how awful it is. So, that's one joke. There's another joke in Riften, which I'll bring you to. The other joke, which references the CD-i Zelda games, is in Mistvale Keep. Mistvale Keep is in Riften. There's Riften, there's Mistvale Keep. And it's it's in Wylandria's study. So, you know, you come in and basically just find the enchanting table. And right here, that's not from me. Anyway, what am I talking about? The Book of Korodai. Reference to Link, the Faces of Evil. There's 3 CD-i games, and I made a reference to all 3. And the Book of Korodai is another joke item from the Faces of Evil. And when you open it, it's just... it's, it's, it's a, picture of Ganon from the Faces of Evil, with, Doge, photoshopped over his head. But wait, it gets better, it gets better. Wow, such book. Best face in Korodai. Destroy evil, many power, very strongest, and nothing short of poetry. In case you can't tell, this is my favorite joke item in Relics of Hyrule. I forgot about that. Wow. Oh my god. I bet there are some people out there like, oh my god, this guy's so full of himself. I hate his guts. But Doge is one of my favorite internet memes. And it's just like, yeah, nothing short of poetry. That's another reference to the angry video game nerd. Oh jeez. I'm so proud of the Book of Korodai. You can't take it, you can only steal it. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna make a note to change that. Right, there's one more Easter egg item. I just need to remember where it is. Well, okay. The final CD-i joke item is in Silent Moon's camp. Silent Moon's camp. Silent Moon's camp is near Whiterun, northwest from Whiterun. And the joke item is pretty much right at the entrance. There's this campfire here, and there's this bookshelf with a kettle, a jug, and some other junk. And right next to it is a journal and the roar stick from Zelda's Adventure. Found this old staff in the rubble. Doesn't seem to do much. If I concentrate on it hard enough, I can get it to fire some sparks, but they don't seem to do any more damage than raindrops. Imagine any mage doing this would either be instantly killed or put their enemies to sleep out of sheer boredom. So the roar stick is there it is. It's a lightning thing that does 8 points of shock damage per second. It's basically just a restoration staff, but it has a terrible recharge rate. Oh. Yeah, see how I have a mod called passive recharge for things, whatever, I forget what it's called. It recharges enchanting things. So it sort of makes this useful, but I mean, it loses all of its charge in like 2 seconds, and it only does 8 points of damage. So it's ridiculously pointless. Okay, that's all of the Easter eggs, except one. Okay, in Cragwallow Slope is near Mazulft. It's near Windhelm, southeast from Windhelm. In Cragwallow Slope, you go through it. It's a pretty tough little place. You go through it, and once you get to this ruined tower here, up here is a spit, and there's some bookshelves and things, and there's this table, and there's an alchemy station. Right next to the alchemy station is an ancient enchanter. So there are 3 ancient enchanters in Relics of Hyrule. This one is in the rift over here. The other one is up here in Winterhold. So you can connect the dots from Winterhold down here, Cragwell Slope, and then the other one is off on Solstheim in Palestone Camp. So they make a triangle, and I do that with pretty much everything. The locations of the Termian Fours, there's one here, where is it? There's one here, and then there's one on Solstheim, and so you connect the dots. If you're looking at a map of Tamriel, if you connect the dots and make an equilateral triangle, that puts one in Cyrodiil. I am not making a Relics of Hyrule for Oblivion, so don't ask. But so that places one on the shore of Lake Arius, which the Gossip Stones mention. The way I found out where to put all these ruins, Keen of Langdonzell is up here. Morwitterzal is down here. And then, if you connect the dots, make an equilateral triangle, that puts Itnumzand, Itnumzand up on Solstheim. And then, if you connect the dots from Itnumzand to Vitrianov to Palestone Camp, that makes another triangle. So lots of triangles. I don't just willy-nilly put these random places. I put Morwitterzal here because it completed the triangle. So there's a lot of thought. I put a lot of thought into every single thing that goes into this mod. Because, you know, that's what I think. I don't know. I just want to make a good mod. So this is a hidden ancient enchanter in Cragwall Slope. So that's pretty cool. That is the last Easter egg that I'm going to talk about today. There are more Easter eggs to come. There are some Easter eggs with how certain dungeons are designed and things like that, but I'm gonna talk about those in like the Itnumzand. There's something about Itnumzand that's really cool, but I'll talk about that in the Itnumzand video. Am I still thirsty? No. Okay. So that was that. I should probably take that Mask of Truth off. Maybe that's what. Oh, you're kidding. God damn it, Ross. I think it's because this is a mod helmet. Yeah. See, for some reason... Oh yeah, it's an open-faced helmet. I can't make the Mask of Truth work with these this open-faced helmet mod. Oh well, that's just Skyrim for you. Whatever. So that's Relics of Hyrule, Easter eggs. Drop the ball on... drop the ball. Drop the bombshell, that's what I meant. Ball filled with explosives. So tons of stuff. There's plenty of cool stuff in Relics of Hyrule. That's kind of a weird effect when it's like intersecting with the... Anyway. Yeah, that's that. Thanks for... Ooh, Dancing Rabbits. That's a good point to end on. Dancing Rabbits. Bye, I guess. See ya. Have fun. Go nuts. Catch you on the flippity flip.